Well, Ruben, what are your thoughts? That's obviously a day of frustration for you.
Yeah, of course. If you look at the goals, we can avoid that goals. So that was the biggest difference. We suffer goals that is clearly we can do better, and especially the second one. So you start the second half well, you are pushing for our goal to open the game, and even the 2-1 that Brian could score. That moments were always for the opponent, and then the third goal is like it's hard to describe. So we suffer goals that we can avoid when it's just the opponent, but we can avoid these kind of goals.
I know you said after the win against Burnley that every time the opponents are near our box, it feels like they could score. Is that a mental thing? Is it a deficiency in mental thought of the players at the moment?
No, the biggest difference is when we had transitions, we didn't score. When City, especially in the second half, the game changed a little bit and we suffered transition, and they were better in that moment. And again, if you see the moments of the goal, if you look at the play, we clearly can avoid the goals, and that makes the difference in the game like this.
But how do you rectify that? Because you clearly work on it every week. So how do you rectify it in games?
No, we can do better. That is clear. But again, transitions, the third goal, lack of quality in the connection. People doesn't know who is going to the ball, and then the guy is free to score. The first one, he is in the middle of 4 guys, and we can be more aggressive in that moment because we were near the ball. The second goal, we want to recover the ball so fast that in a throw-in they have 1 against 1. Lenny is going from the outside, not the inside. So these details we can work, but then in these kind of games we need to be perfect, and we weren't perfect.
Going forward, the number of chances you're creating, it looks good on paper, but does that make it even worse for you that they're not going in?
No, the frustration is always the same, because with the amount of chance we need to score goals. If you don't score goals, you don't open games when we are trying and take the lead to control the game in a different way. When we are 2-0. We are near the goal, you can feel it, but then if you don't open the game again, it's like a matter of time. You have to push more men up, and then you take transition. So frustrating day, and we need to work on a lot of things for the next game.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thank you.
Well, he is quite clearly very, very upset with the way they conceded those goals today.
I understand that. I really do understand that. We've talked about it so many times about eradicating all the mistakes, individual mistakes that leads to goal, that leads to conceding goals, especially on the third goal. I mean, Harry Maguire gets a ball and there's no one there to help him. He's under pressure, and it's a bad pass, of course, as it's a few minutes ago. I think you should consider just changing it a little bit, change the system so you get players playing what they know, what they've been brought up to play, what's instinct to them, where they don't have to think and just ease in, and then you can make adjustments along the way.
But he's never played anything else as a manager. I mean, that would be a huge U-turn to what he said he's going to do.
I don't know. I mean, do you not think the skill of a manager is to adjust and put the right team out and put the right team out in the right formation, the right system, and make every player as good as they can be? I think he's making a few players a little bit worse because they don't really know where to be. Bruno, for instance, Bruno's not a number 6. He's supposed to, when Bruno got further up the pitch, he started to create chances. He started to help the team create chances. So I'm just saying that maybe he should consider that in a period of time, just to ease everything up, get some confidence in the squad, and then he can start make adjustments to what he think the Manchester United should.
I can see that at the outset. Of course, he's going to come in to start with, play his system. I could then see that, but now what I think we're starting to see is an Amorim team. He's starting to buy players. More importantly, he's starting to sell players. And the players that he's sold, a lot of them, Garnacho and etc., they're wide players. So all of a sudden, to go with a 4, then you're going to have wide players. He's sold them all. All the number 10s that he's buying now are playing to be central. Cunha and Burmo,
Yeah, but
they're
you
all
don't have
sort
to
of
be
more
that wide
central
player.
players.
You can play a 4-3-3 system.
But you
know?
still need wide players. But
But you still need wide players for it.
I agree
Yeah,
with
no,
Peter
I know,
says.
but you still have them. I mean, you have them up.
Well, he's got rid of them all to play in this new system that he's
Yeah,
got.
but I see where my starting point is not so much scoring the goals. My starting point is not conceding the goals. That's my note. You can see how they are all confused about their situation. We see it on the goals. They don't really know where they're supposed to be, and it makes it at times a little bit too easy for the other team to create chances. And this is my point. And when you play against big guys like this one here, who's coming in with a big smug smile on his face after 7 goals
We're
in
going to
5
change
days.
the moaning Man United conversation to delighted Manchester City now. Erling, well done. How good did that feel today?
Amazing. We needed this.
Pop that up there for us. Thank you.
Amazing. We needed this. You know, as a club and everything, it's hard to go into national team with a loss. You know, say what you want. You want to keep going and turn things around. And then we went into the national team, kind of like, where does this go? And then we kind of answered perfectly. So that was amazing.
Yeah, there looked a real intent right from the off from you today.
Yeah, we need energy from us to the crowd and back. You know, we need to give each other energy. That's what we need to do. And I felt today we did that. And yeah, in the end, it's a really good performance. Of course, it could be better. They could have scored, we could have scored more. But in the end, 3-0 at home is fantastic.
We've got a goal scorer here who wants to ask you about these
Well,
finishes.
we've been debating in terms of a goalkeeper's view on a goal and an attacker's view on a goal. I was saying that I think as soon as you picked up that first ball, you knew you were going to dink the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Or do you wait for the goalkeeper to make it almost his first move?
No, but I knew that he was. He rushes out a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. I think if you watch United, kind of. So the ball was perfect. It was perfect. You don't need to touch the ball. You just need to run with it and finish. That's the perfect ball. I call it Kevin De Bruyne pass. You know, you don't need to do anything, just run. And yeah, it was a perfect finish.
And for the second goal as well, you know, you've dinked one, you've slotted one. The only other option really is to go round the goalkeeper. It was a finish I hated doing. But at what point would you think what your finish is going to be here? Because your second touch. I love the way you just your second to last touch. Yeah, the second to last touch almost just opened it out for a different angle to finish it.
Yeah, and I think I got a perfect bounce on it as well. It was wide open, so for me here it was about, of course, Maguire not taking me, which he's not doing, and I think to stay calm, just because I actually could have gone past him because he's so far out, but I think it was a good finish, far corner.
Perfect.
That's enough.
It's always a good finish when it goes in, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So what am I saying?
Since the change of coaching staff, have you been given more responsibility defensively? Because you seem to win a lot of headers in the own penalty box today as well.
He's going back to defending when you've kept the clean sheet.
No, it's set pieces. I think I should be there. I'm tall. I think I've got something to give also defensively and on the set pieces. And today Bruno hit my face, I think, my head 5 times, so I felt a bit dizzy in the end. So yeah, I mean, today we had a really tall squad, I think, you know, and you see in the back and everything, so felt really solid, you know, in the set pieces and everything, so that's a good thing.
And is there a different setup now? There's Donnarumma in goal. Obviously, his presence is seen and obvious. So
Sorry, who?
have you got a different setup now defensively with set pieces with Donnarumma in goal?
No, you know, we try, of course, to do best as we can. Against Brighton, we let in a goal in set piece, or we got a penalty against us, which isn't good enough. So you need to try to look where you can improve and where you can do things better. You know?
Just finally, Erling, what does it feel like to score in this fixture? Because you love it. Nobody else has got more goals in a Manchester Derby Premier League fixture now. You're right up there. I mean, in this fixture when it matters the most, what's that adrenaline rush like when you do it in a win like today?
No, it's amazing. Yeah, hey, you see Rooney and Aguero and me.
Not bad, is it?
Yeah,
You could have been top had you not hit the post. How did that not go in?
Oh, yeah, I know. I got a bit bad touch, as we spoke about, when I went past the keeper, and it was a bit too far, and then I saw De Ligt came, so I tried to hit it, which was perfect. It went tunnel on him, past his feet, and it was irritating not to see it go in. But yeah, to score against this club is special for me. Everyone knows it. Since my first goal here 3 years ago now, I think it's a special thing, and yeah, it's a good feeling.
Good smile. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as we mentioned, that fella has 50 Premier League goals in 50 Premier League games here at the Etihad, which is sensational, isn't it?
I've said before, 1 in 2 used to be a great record. If anyone scored 1 in 2 back in the day, it was like, wow, what a striker. Now you've got to score in every game. Incredible.
But he is, so obviously where we sat today, we're quite close to the pitch.
Yeah.
So you get a feeling of what it is that makes him special, which you don't get through a TV screen. He is, we saw that here. He's big, he's strong, but he's so explosive. It's incredible for such a big person to move that quickly over the first couple of yards. I mean, you were massively quick as well, but you are a little bit smaller, so you expect that, him, and then the physicality. They can do anything. You see that in the second goal. They can pull him, they can do whatever, He's just going to just keep them away and still have it under control.
It's a good point, because I had to be quick to get away from people. He only has to be the same as everyone else, because as soon as he's equal, he can just hold them off, can't he? I mean, what's the hardest thing to play against as a defender?
For me,
speed, strength?
Yeah, speed. Physically, I would want to match up against someone like Haaland, but with the pace he's got as well, you have to be a step ahead and give yourself an opportunity to be deeper, which then...
Yeah, and it's not over 20 yards.
Yeah,
it's over 3-4 yards, which is, where you normally win the ball.
Yeah. It's difficult. Listen, he's world class. He's elite. He scores in every game, and he doesn't have to be involved as much as other strikers to contribute. So, yeah, when he's in front of goal, his level of composure is second to none.
Absolutely. Well, he's had some week, hasn't he? His international goals, 5 in one game and then 2 in the derby. Michael, Jolie and Peter, thank you very much indeed for all that insight and debate. So that is it, the 197th Manchester derby. Very much Cities and very much blue. They have returned to winning ways in emphatic fashion. The bragging rights in the city of Manchester are theirs. From the four of us, see you soon.